ladies, Nikki Willis here with the Front Burner Podcast, and I am so happy that you have joined me today. Whew, child, let's talk about distance learning. Can we just come on in here and talk about it? All right. We should all be around the end of first quarter / beginning of second quarter-ish, kind of depending on when you started. And I was going to talk about this at the beginning of the year and kind of give us some goals and some guidelines. And once I started with the whole distance learning thing, child, I threw that whole thing out the window. I said, wait a minute. Because we need to get some things settled here in this house, okay? I don't know about you, okay? If you were the one that like had all the plans and had all the everything structured and ready to go, and then school started, right? And then it was like, okay, let's ball this entire thing up, throw it in the trash and set it on fire. Yes, right? Well, so we've gotten through about 8 to 10 weeks of this thing. And I figured let's talk about it now. All right, let's sit down and talk about it now. So grab your favorite beverage, whether it be some tea, some coffee, maybe a little wine. Honey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get into the top 10 things I've learned about distance learning as a work from home mom. Here we go. Hey ladies, welcome to another episode of the Front Burner Podcast, where we help mamas take their dreams, passions, and side hustles off the back burner, put them on the front burner, make money, and manage their households. I'm Nikki Willis, a Christ follower, wife, mom of 3, and an entrepreneur who started with nothing but my kids' toys and turned it into a 6-figure business. I'm a self-proclaimed anti-supermom, and each week I'll challenge you with my stories, tips, hacks, and a little bit of humor to make sure you put yourself on the front burner. Why? Because the world needs what you've got cooking. So honey, this is officially part of your me time regimen. Relax, listen up, and let's get started. So before we get into this, I hope you are following me on social media, and that is at Nikki Willis, and that's NICCIWILLIS. And make sure you follow me on Facebook, on Instagram. If you want to join the Front Burner Tribe, you can do that as well. Just head on over to Facebook and search the Front Burner Tribe. We are a private group of mommies and mompreneurs, all, pushing our dreams forward, taking them off the back burner and making them happen. So if you want to be in a group of women who are celebrating your wins and supporting you and cheering you on, you can definitely do that. In fact, I want you to be a part. So head on over there and do that. Also, I do offer coaching. Sometimes we can get a little stuck. Sometimes we might not know what we want to do next or where we need to go next. And we just need a little push, a little point in the right direction, and some cheering on and some accountability. So you can head over to my website, NikkiWillis.com, click on the Work With Me button, and set up a pilot call with me. And I will answer your number one business or household questions. So make sure you take advantage of that. I would love to talk to you and help you out. All right, let's get into this. Now, I hope you are in a chill, cool space, away from the kiddos. Okay, this is just gonna be a candid moment with me and you. And I'm gonna tell you the top 10 things that I've learned as a work from home mom who has children who are in distance learning. All right. So the first one, let's talk about the schedule. Okay. Now, what I did at the beginning was like I do every year at the beginning of the school year, I have a schedule. right? And I post that schedule in rooms, and I post that schedule like in the kitchen, on the refrigerator, so everybody knows what their schedule is. I post my children's schedule, right? What I didn't realize was that my children needed to know my schedule just as much as they needed to know their schedule, right? So the first thing that I learned was make sure that your schedule is visible too, okay? We talk about, and I preach about all the time, setting boundaries, right? And, my goal is to help you to get that dream, get that side hustle off the back burner. Well, if we're going to do that, we need to set boundaries, and we need to communicate what we've got going on a lot more than we probably are. So the first thing I learned was post your schedule. Now, it doesn't have to be super elaborate and all this stuff. We just want to make sure that our kids know that we do have something going on, right? Like, my job is not to cater to you all day, boo. I got something I got going on too, okay? So a real simple schedule, saying that, when mommy's in the zone, or when mommy's working, and when mommy is available. One of the things that I kept dealing with, and we're still tweaking it, okay? We are still tweaking it. But that whole stop, start. Child, I cannot, right? Like, my day it was full of stop, start. And I was getting nothing done. And I'm talking to other moms, and they're doing the same thing. And I'm like, you know what? We all need to know what mommy's schedule looks like, right? So you're not coming in, when I'm working on something, or I'm working on a project, asking me all these questions when you probably could answer them yourselves. Okay? So that was one of the things. And so maybe you can try that. Try posting both of the schedules so that they can see, when you're available, when you're not available. Okay? We got to keep setting those boundaries, and we keep making adjustments. So that's one of the adjustments that I have made. Okay, I'm going to do a countdown. Ooh, this is fun. Okay, countdown. So that was number 10. This is number 9. So number 9 number 9 is rewards. Yes. Okay, now, I love rewards. So if you are a part of my mailing list, then you got in your inbox the smarter goals, and I name them smarter goals because I added that R in there. Rewards. We got to have them, okay? Not just our kids, but us. And this is in particular to our kids. They are, I notice, and I'm looking at it all the time, and I know you are too, honey, they are on there for 6-7+ hours a day. And after a while, things just become monotonous. Like, it's just, my son's not a morning person. Wonder who he gets that from. And, a lot of it was, learning about time management. And so why don't we just throw something in there that will give them incentive to keep working on that? And so we developed a sticker system. And you get 1 sticker a day if there are no missing assignments, and you've turned everything in on time, you've stayed on task, you had great effort for the day, a great attitude, and so you just get a sticker for the day. And after 5 stickers, you get $1. He was like, okay, cool. And so after he collects 20 stickers, he gets $10, which in my household is usually going towards something Fortnite-ish, something PlayStation-ish, okay? But it helps him make that effort every day to get that sticker. Sometimes we made it, sometimes we didn't, and so we had to talk about that. What can you do to improve, right? Because we're not raising kids, we're raising adults. We want them to be responsible. And it starts in school. So that was one of the things that we've incorporated. And if you are a part of my resources page, you can go to nikkywillis.com, click on that resources page. I have a cute little sticker chart that you can print out and use in your household. You can either put it on the back of your kid's door, or you can post it on the refrigerator. But go ahead and use it, sis. I use it. Go to the dollar store, get some stickers from the dollar store, and help them rack up those stickers. And then you choose whatever, you and your child choose whatever reward that they want or that you want to give them. And it's a fun incentive. Listen, we got 7 more months of this, maybe, I don't know. So we got to make it fun. We got to give them incentives. So that is my number 9 top 10 thing that I've learned with distance learning and working from home. All right. So number 8 is pulse checks. Okay. Now, I talk about my son, who's my 4th grader, a lot. But I also have an 11th grader. I also have a senior, my stepson, who's back home in Cincinnati. The whole senioritis thing, I think, is pretty much settling in, right? So I've got, kids of different ages, and it's always good just to check in and pulse check. Do those pulse checks, okay? How's it going? How are you feeling? Checking, and like, if you just listen in on just a few tips and ideas, they can tell you, okay, well, I've got, a Spanish test next week. Put it in your phone. So-and-so's got a Spanish test next week. When it pops up, you can ask them, hey, how'd you do on that Spanish test? Right? I have like all the notifications, like every grade that I'm a little obsessive. So every grade that my kid gets, I get a notification on my phone. I can probably tone it down a bit, but hey, listen, we are not failing, okay? Not in this household, okay? And you probably feel me. We are not failing here. So I get the notification. So, I think it's my cheerleader background, but, I see an A coming in. I'm like, yes! Like, you can hear me, from the kitchen. I'm like, yes, good job on XYZ. But those pulse checks can really help, just to see how they're doing. I mean, again, these days are getting monotonous, and they're just like, okay, what day is it, right? But those little pulse checks can really go a long way and help. And it's a no judgment zone. It's not the time to, be talking about maybe the F that they got, or, maybe a bad grade that they got here. Just how are you feeling? Tell me what's going on. How can I help you? So pulse checks are good. Number 7, find out what your district offers. Okay? Districts, from what I'm finding out, and like as I'm talking to women all over the country, districts are communicating in different ways. So some districts are they're communicating every day. Some districts are communicating once a week. But what I do know, things are changing all the time, right? They're adding things, they're taking things away, they're switching schedules and all kinds of things. And so one of the things that I learned was just to, stay plugged in. Definitely, I am definitely subscribed, to the emails, but finding out what the district has and what other resources that they have. Listen, I think we have all just have decided that our kids are going to be learning this old math, because I am not doing this new math. I don't have the time for it. Okay. We're gonna carry the one like we always been doing, right? So, but the district has different resources for math and science. The libraries have been doing a really good job in our district, at least, as far as offering different books for the children to read. So that's one of the things that Jonathan and I have decided to do. We're at night, instead of watching TV and things like that, we spend our last 30 minutes listening to an audiobook together. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, find out what the district has, okay? You'll be surprised, I think, with the resources that are out there that maybe just haven't been communicated. But number 6, my next one is to be vocal. Now listen here. If there's something that you need and you do not see it, be vocal. You are a boss anyway. So, I already know that you know how to exert yourself, how to, be vocal. And, with this whole distance learning thing, it's good to be vocal, not just with the district, but also with the teacher. I listen in and kind of see what's going on, and kind of, I like to listen in the morning, because the teacher will tell them what is due for the day. So I already know, okay, this is what's due for the day, right? So being vocal is huge. The early bird gets the worm, squeaky wheel gets the oil, right? So definitely, be vocal. If there's something that you need that you don't see, go ahead and let somebody know. Definitely. Don't wait, okay? That's the thing you don't want to do. Don't wait. Because even while the dust is up in the air and maybe nothing is settled, maybe there is an opportunity for them to be able to serve you in a better way. Okay. Let's see. What am I at? Number 5? All right. This is the middle. Number 5. So this, I think, was one of my biggest ones, because of that whole stop, start I was telling you about. And, so what was happening is, anytime that my son had a question, he would come in and ask me. And, questions are fine, all that stuff. I'm not saying ignore your kid. But when I have work to do, the stop, start, that means somebody's not getting their work done. So one of the things that I've adopted is to limit questions. And one of the ways you can do that is having a sticky note system. Okay, so in the beginning of the day, you create a certain limited number of sticky notes that kind of give them a pass to come and ask you a question. One of the things that helps is, one, it helps them, they can probably figure it out themselves. That's one of the things I learned about my son. He can probably figure it out himself. He just needs to put forth that effort, instead of coming to mom and asking, oh, mom, how do I, we were working on area and perimeter this week. So, mom, how do I do area? Mom, how do I do perimeter? Get out your notes, right, from the class. We're going to go over the notes, take some additional notes, and that's it, bud. Okay, you got to do it yourself. And so obviously, with kids in different ages, like I have a 4th grader, right? But kids with different ages, they need different attention. But the sticky note system may help them, because now they've got, maybe 10 sticky notes for the day. Okay. And so if they have to come and ask you a question, that's one sticky note that they might need a little later on. It also helps them ask the teacher. I was noticing that my son didn't really want to ask the teacher, because it's kind of like online, and it's just when the kids ask the questions, you hear them, Mr. So-and-so, Miss So-and-so, and it's like kind of crazy. But I'm teaching him, hey son, you gotta exert yourself. You gotta raise your voice. You gotta talk, right? You gotta ask questions. So those sticky notes might help you in maybe limiting those questions and helping them budget their time and budget their number of questions for the whole day. Okay, so hopefully that'll help you. Number 4, and this especially for my married couples, split the subjects. Split the subjects. Now, I'm fairly good at math. at least fourth grade. At least fourth grade. Fairly good at math. And, I really got some things rolling. English is cool, but my husband's better in English. So you don't have to take it all. Okay? This is where delegation is key. And, even if your husband works outside the home or whatever, sometimes my husband's in, sometimes he's out, then guess what? Those questions will wait until he gets home. Okay? You don't have to do it all. Again, you also have work that you have to do. So understand that you don't have to do it all, and that is okay. Okay? So, if you have somebody else there with you, split the subjects. Okay? And even if they are coming in a little bit later, hey, then, you're the math person and they're the English person. You take the science, they take the social studies, whatever. And so those topics can get split amongst you. So you don't have to feel like you're doing it all. Okay? Hope that helps too. All right. I've got three more. Lunchtime. Lord have mercy. Lunch has gotten a lot better here in the Willis household. And come in. You can't, there's no way you can come in quietly, so this is what it is. I know. You texted me to pause it. I saw you come in. Okay. It's a little warm in here because I got the air off, but I'm just gonna keep going. All right, thanks. So lunchtime, okay? I have basically turned lunchtime into a small little episode of Chopped. All right, so especially for those of us who have older kids, okay, who can, put a little something together, that's the perfect time for a little home ec, okay? Get the ingredients, and then usually I'll ask my son, what are you going to eat today, right? So he knows that he has to have a sandwich, and he can put a snack with it and some type of fruit or vegetable. And I have all that ready and available in the refrigerator. And during lunchtime, he puts his own sandwich and he gets a snack like some chips or goldfish. And he will grab either a piece of fruit like an apple or, some carrots or whatever. And that has worked wonders. It has worked wonders. Now, my junior, honey, she'll turn on the stove and get to going, and sometimes mommy get a little snack too. So that's good stuff. But yeah, you don't have to cook lunch all the time. Kit some things up, right? You can get a couple of things to lunch meat, some bread, get the fixings that they like. Ask them, what are you gonna fix for lunch today, right? The ball's now in their court. And when it's lunchtime, you can supervise, from the table and encourage him. Oh, that looks really good. And, he has gotten kind of creative. It's really been cool to watch. So he has made little pizza crackers. He's made, little different little sandwiches and all that stuff. The pizza crackers has been a favorite of his. And I've been really proud of him. Really, really proud of him. So, so he knows how to make a little balanced meal, and he is good to go. And then, he gets to kind of chill and relax, and so he knows how to manage his time now. And that's taking about 10 weeks. It's taking about 10 weeks, but it's really going well. So that's another thing that I've learned. Listen, I don't have to be the chef during lunchtime. And you already knew, he was making his lunches before school when we were in school. So things haven't changed much around here, okay? Now, number 2, pray in the mornings. Now, I will be honest, we slacked off a bit just because like not leaving for school, right? Like you don't really remember to, read the scripture and pray, but it really sets the tone for the day, and it starts our day in the Willis household. So we got back on it, praying in the morning, before class starts, or, before he has to log in, before Nia has to log in, just pray, read a scripture together, say some affirmations, right? We say that my affirmation is, you are the head and not the tail, above and not beneath, a lender and not a borrower, a leader and not a follower. You are smart and not dumb, good and not bad. You have a great attitude, not a bad attitude. You are self-disciplined, and most of all, and then they finish out, I'm a child of the King. And so we have been saying that, oh gosh, since my older kids were in elementary school. So they know it by heart. But reincorporating that into our day really helps to set the tone for the day, right? And, we go about saying, hey, this is going to be a great day, right? This is the day that the Lord has made, right? And it really helps to set the tone. So that has been reinvigorated in the Willis household, and I love that. And number one, even after all this I've said, number one, the thing that I've learned is, and most of you probably are going to know it, so you can probably just say it with me, okay? Give yourself grace. I know I have said that so many times. Oh my gosh, even my shirt says City of Grace. I totally didn't mean to like wear that and say that at the same time. But hey, that is what we need. We need grace. Again, there's so many things that are still up in the air. There's so many things that are changing. Distance learning isn't for everyone, but many people are being forced into that. And the social dynamic is so different. My daughter's a wallflower. My son is a social butterfly. So it's hard for him not to be able to interact with people on a day-to-day basis. And so sometimes I'll say, hey, come out to the family room. Sit on the couch. During a session, or sit outside. Let's change the scenery a little bit, and that has helped. But at the end of the day, overall, grace. That's what we all need. That's what you need, mama, because every day is not going to be awesome, okay? I wish I could sit here and tell you that, every day I got to work on my podcast, or, I got to make a whole bunch of sales calls, or, I got to write. I wish I can tell you that. But you and I both know that that is not true. But we give ourselves grace because, maybe your kid got an A in whatever test they needed to study for, and you helped them through that. Maybe, they started off with terrible time management, and you're staying up late, and you're trying to get these projects done with him or her. But it was in that fourth week where they got up on time, they brushed their teeth, okay? They made their little breakfast, okay? They were sitting logged in on time for the first time in 4 weeks. That was a win. Oh, yes, it was a win. And you take that win, okay? Take that win, right? We are mompreneurs. We're both entrepreneurs and we're moms. And some of us are wives too. And so every day is not going to be the same for us, right? And with our businesses and working from home and merging business with family, learn to take your wins where you can. Learn to remain flexible, make adjustments where you can, and know that you can do it. Everything is going to be okay. It's not going to be like that all the time, right? There were some times I shed a couple tears. Is this going to be my whole year? What's going on? You're kind of wondering, wait, how deadly is Corona? But it does get better. It does get better. And you will be able to spend more time on your projects or in your business, right? Maybe this is just a season. So, let's be careful with our words. Continue to give ourselves grace. Know that we can do all things through Christ, which strengthens us. I'm going to say it again, you can do all things through Christ, which strengthens you. All things. All right? I love you, and you can't do a thing about it. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of the Front Burner Podcast. Hey, if you liked this episode, I would love a review from you. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can just hit that review. I need those 5 stars. So you can hit that review, leave me a review. That helps other mompreneurs find out where I am and helps them listen to these episodes. If you're watching on YouTube, give me that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I believe it's like right there. Yeah, hit that subscribe button for me. And every week I will be in your inbox and sending you a brand new video. All right, mama, remember, you can do this. You've got this. That dream, that passion, that side hustle is ready, okay? Let's keep making it happen. All right, have a great week. I'll see you next time. Bye.